The biggest indication of Honda's engine progress in Formula 1 might just be how bullish it's become in its final season. Years of being beaten up and embarrassed by on-track failure and off-track digs during the ill-fated McLaren union left Honda cautious and lacking confidence. Now in its third year partnered with Red Bull, Honda describes its all-new engine as an almost miraculous technological achievement and has so far backed up its own hype with Mercedes beating performance. We've already explained the massive changes Honda has made for its 2021 engine, so if you're hungry for some tasty technical details, make sure you've checked out that video, and you can do that by clicking the top right now. But let's explain why Honda is so proud of that effort, what its new engine is achieving on track, and the key weaknesses that have been addressed alongside the obvious gains in power. You probably know that Honda will leave F1 at the end of the 2021 season, but its engine will carry on after Red Bull created a new powertrains company to lead a continuation project that Honda's agreed to, and that a Mercedes engine man has been hired to lead. Following the realisation last summer that Honda's 2020 engine wasn't good enough to beat Mercedes, and with the knowledge 2021 would be its last season, Honda opted to commit to an all-new engine structure it had initially postponed to 2022. But the impressive revelation from Honda is it only started working on its new engine 6 months before it needed to be ready, prompting concerns it wasn't possible. Honda's Sakura research and development boss Yasuaki Asaki told company president Takahiro Hachigo that a new engine was essential if Honda and Red Bull were to mount a title challenge. Hachigo accepted the request, but by this point it was already late in the year. Remember, Honda's withdrawal was only made public in early October. In a rare interview, Asaki told us that they were only 6 months out from the first race by the time he gave the instruction to start work on the new structure power unit, which was a significant departure from its existing design. Asaki said that the biggest concern on the Red Bull side was whether Honda would be able to get it done in time, and there were some internal fears along those same lines. In addition to designing, developing and testing the new power unit, Sakura's normal production speed wouldn't have been able to build enough parts in time for the first race. So Honda's F1 division turned to expertise within the wider company that is usually applied to mass production vehicles and prototypes, and some parts were suddenly being made 3 times faster than normal. Asaki reckons it was a huge success to bring the new engine to a point where in just 6 months Honda went testing and started the season without major issues, calling that a sign of Honda's almost miraculous technological achievement. For Honda to match, let alone beat Mercedes, its 2021 engine needed to be more powerful, have a stronger energy recovery system and avoid poor reliability. Honda's last 2 all-new engines, both with McLaren, endured serious problems during pre-season testing, and Honda's development window for the 2021 engine is comparable in the short length of time that Honda had back then as well. But the new engine appears to have hit Honda's targets, and what's more, a prior weakness on the ERS side seems to have become an early advantage for Red Bull and Honda over its main rival. Mercedes has started the season with an energy recovery and deployment deficit to Honda. The 2021 Mercedes engine has been clipping earlier than the Honda, which means it runs out of electrical energy to deploy at the end of the lap. In previous years that's been the other way round, so now the trend appears to have been reversed. While Honda's biggest changes have been focused on the internal combustion engine and it hasn't prioritised a significant step with its ERS compared to last year, it has worked hard to avoid depleting the ERS further by chasing gains with the V6. Honda knew it couldn't afford to lose anything on the ERS side, given it was weaker than Mercedes on that front last year. The Honda MGU-H itself is unchanged, but the turbine and compressor have been revised to boost exhaust gas energy that would otherwise have been reduced by lower inlet temperatures from a more efficient combustion. The upshot, according to Honda, is that the mechanical efficiency of the combustion engine and the overall effectiveness of the power unit have both been improved. Mercedes has its own innovations on its 2021 power unit, with revisions to the combustion engine including a big investment to redesign the plenum. That doesn't necessarily mean Mercedes has permanently hurt its ERS output and handed Honda a lasting advantage, as long as its current D-rating problem is a result of the system not being optimised, rather than being fundamentally worse at harvesting and deploying energy. Mercedes has already improved its ERS situation since testing, but the issue was present across both opening races, and Mercedes has acknowledged it's something it needs to improve as soon as possible. Max Verstappen has a pole and a win to his name already in 2021 and believes Honda's effort with its new engine is its most impressive yet, praising the turnaround and quick understanding of the new design. And his race-defining start at Imola, which even surprised Verstappen himself, further underlines how Red Bull and Honda have improved its weaknesses. Verstappen started from the second row after a scruffy qualifying performance but led into the first corner at Imola after a superb start in the wet, passing teammate Sergio Perez and drawing alongside Mercedes poleman Lewis Hamilton. The start was a key moment in the race as it earned Verstappen track position that ultimately set him up for his, Red Bull's and Honda's first win of the year. Red Bull and Honda have put in significant effort into identifying the causes of the poor starts that plagued them across 2019 and 2020 and improving the launch procedure. Unfortunately, race starts are slightly more complicated than reacting fastest to the red lights going out. There's a complicated integration of clutch control, torque delivery and software from both Red Bull and Honda, which is why even an individual driver's starts can vary so much over the course of the season. It's still too early to state definitively that Red Bull and Honda have nailed their start procedure and made it easier or more consistent, but there is now clear evidence that the bad starts from the last couple of years have at least been learned from and improved upon. At several tracks, the Grand Prix can be decided off the line, and the tight battle between Red Bull and Mercedes means it's realistic to expect Verstappen and Hamilton will be trading pole positions and race wins all season, so decisive moments like the race start are more crucial than ever. This is just another marginal gain that, combined with the many other improvements made across the package, makes Red Bull and Honda look like a worthy Mercedes rival at last. Let us know how you're enjoying the Red Bull Honda charge at the moment and if you think it has what it takes to go the distance in the championship battle. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you again next time.